Hello, and welcome to Code Nation. My name is Michael, and I'll be walking you through today's lesson. The first thing we're going to do is set up our virtual profile. This slide tells you how to do it in Zoom. We're going to set up our name, our profile picture, and our pronouns. To do all these things, just follow these directions in the slide. I'll give you a second to look at it, and then you can pause it if you need more time. Okay? If you need more time, remember you can always pause the video. Okay, this is how you update your profile in Google. Okay, so you can go to this link on the screen, you can type it in, or you can go to the slides and click it. So you update your name, your profile picture, and your pronouns. I'll give you a second. If you need to pause, go ahead. This is what it looks like in your Google account. This is my Google account. And you can see I've updated my name and my picture. You also want to make sure you update your pronouns if you feel like you'd like to do that. Okay, so every Code Nation lesson is going to start with a do now. We have 2 questions here. All right, I'm going to read these questions and you're going to pause the video so you can take some time to answer those questions. So the first question is, what do you think of when you hear the word coding? And the second question is, can you list 3 things you use every day that you think require coding to operate? Okay, so take some time to answer those questions. I'm going to keep moving. So the fact of the matter is coding is everywhere, right? You have coding portfolios and blogs, and games, and all these other things. Social media that you probably use every day. When you go to Amazon, there's coding. So this is a lot of stuff that you're going to learn how to do in this course. So it's really, really exciting. All right. So this is today's objective. Okay. Coders will describe why learning how to code is important. All right. We're going to skip this name game because this is a virtual lesson and we don't need to do that. In Code Nation, you're going to have some instructors. If you haven't met them already, you'll have around 4 instructors in your classroom that are going to help to support and mentor you. All right, these are real industry professionals. They work as software developers, so you can ask them any question you want about the industry. In Code Nation, you also have a program manager. So this is someone who works at Code Nation, is there to support you and your volunteers. So this year in Code Nation, you'll learn 3 major languages: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. You also get to create really fun projects. You also get to connect with local tech companies through virtual field trips and participate in a hackathon where you can build something really cool with a team. Right? So here are a bunch of reasons why it's so cool and important to learn how to code. 1, you can really make a positive impact on the people around you by building computer programs that reflect you and your background. Computer programming skills are important in all careers and fields and industries. So even sports, fashion, music, you name it, they need computer programmers. So as you all know, we went remote, and tech jobs are really, really flexible. You were allowed to work from home, so they were really stable, and people were really able to get to work because of the flexibility of tech jobs. These skills are in really high demand. Everyone is looking for someone who has these skills. And then the salary, it's not too shabby at all. They really make a good amount of money, and there's a lot of potential for growth in that area. So if you're looking to make some good money, this is a career path for you. All right. So I'm going to take a second and ask you these 2 questions. If you need more time, you can pause it. How has coding impacted your life? And then why do you want to learn how to code? Okay. So web development. So this class is called Introduction to Web Development. But what is that? So web development is the creation of websites. The languages we will learn this year in this class are used by front-end web developers. So during this class, you'll build many cool websites to learn these skills. I'll show you a few right now. So here's an example of something that you'll build early on pretty quickly, pretty basic website. And then you get to something a little more challenging. So how old are you? I'm about 62 right now. It's just my birthday. And I like sweet stuff. Let's see what this does for me. Okay. I'm 62 years old and I like food that tastes sweet, all right? So pretty simple. It tells me that this quiz has been taken one time, right? And then you get something more complex, okay? So rock, paper, scissors. What should I pick, everyone? I'm gonna go with paper. Let's see if I win or not. Yes, I won. Cool. So these are some of the apps that you'll get to build over the course of the year, or if you stick with us next year. And you'll get to build many more apps too as well. Okay? So if you could create any web page this year, what would it be? What do you think you want to create with the skills that you learned from this class? Pause if you need more time. All right, so after you finish this class, we have way more opportunities, okay? One of the opportunities we have is our fellowship program. So the fellowship program is a year-long after-school program that takes place at a tech company. So you'll get to travel to a tech company, hopefully. Maybe it'll be virtual, but hopefully you get to travel to a tech company. Regardless, you'll get to experience that tech life. You get to gain the experiences, the skills, and connections that really lead to a successful career in technology. Right? So we focus just more than just tech skills at Code Nation. We focus on technical skills, professional skills, workplace experience, connections to the industry, and make sure you have the confidence and sense of belonging you need to really succeed. So we really look at you holistically and try to build you up in all those areas. All right. So here's a few remote learning expectations. You know, this is new for everybody. We're all learning here. But here are some expectations we can give you for our class so we can make sure it runs smoothly. We can talk about whether these work or not in the future, but here are the expectations we're setting forward, all right? So you'll attend class via your video conferencing platform. You'll mute your mic during lessons unless instructors ask for answers. You can turn on your cameras. Using video is important and will make a better class experience for everyone. You can ask questions in the chat and write in the chat. Someone's gonna be sure to answer you. Of course, make sure you're respectful. If you miss a class, make sure you review the lesson materials. They'll always be posted. And review the webinar like you're doing now. And complete the lesson activities maximum 48 hours after class, right? You should make sure you communicate your absences to your program manager, or your school liaison, maybe your volunteers, technical issues, and sign up for office hours using the help form, all right? So the help form, you'll figure out where that is soon. If you miss class, definitely come to office hours and make sure you can get your questions answered, right? Now, as you go through these lessons, you're gonna see these things in the top right corner, right? So this is a chat icon that tells you when you should be chatting and writing in the chat space. We have this microphone icon that tells you when you should turn on your mics and speak up. So look out for these as you're going through the lessons. All right? So what's the help ticket exactly? I know I mentioned it before, but the help ticket is an easy way for you to communicate your program manager with your program manager and volunteer outside of class. All right? You can use it to let us know if you miss class or you're gonna miss a portion of class. Maybe something's come up. You gotta let us know. All right? Let us know what you need help with. All right? So if you didn't get to answer a question during class, you can use the help ticket to get that information. Right? You can let us know that you still need this question answered. All right? You can use it to sign up for office hours. You can let us know, hey, I want to come to office hours this week. I didn't understand this thing. And then you can just share how you're feeling. It's tough times. We just want to make sure that you're okay. So let us know through the help ticket. All right? So this link will be posted in Google Classroom. And then there's office hours, okay? So maybe you've seen office hours before. Maybe you know what that is. But in college, everyone has office hours, all right? So this is a time where you can meet with your professors or the teaching assistant, discuss the material and get some extra help. All right. So we recognize remote learning is new and it's hard. So we want to provide you with a way to contact us and reach out to us and share some space with us so you can get your questions answered and you can just talk to us. So office hours for your class, you'll find that information out a little bit later. But that time and date information is going to be posted in Google Classroom. Okay. And this webinar thing. What's this webinar thing? Well, you're in the webinar right now, right? If you miss class, you have to leave early. You can watch these video recordings of class to really see what you missed, right? And even if you didn't miss class, you're like, I feel a little shaky about that lesson. You can go back and watch this webinar to just have someone else explain it to you and give you more time with the lesson material. All right. So at Code Nation, we will make this environment welcoming for everybody. So we have a few norms here, but your class is going to discuss how you want to adjust these norms or add to these norms. All right. So one of them is inclusivity. You can read kind of what that means here. Give you a second to do that. Another is psychological safety. All right. So risks are okay. All right. This is tough stuff. It's okay to make mistakes. Nobody's going to judge you. Everybody makes mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. I made a couple mistakes in this video already. Okay. And then learning is greater than finished project. You're going to learn a lot of stuff, and you may not always finish your project, right? But make sure you're learning, and that's all we want you to do. You can always go back to the project. Just make sure you're learning. Okay. So you'll work with your class to figure out what other norms you want to add to this list. Right? So take your time to think about some things that you've seen going well in remote classes since you've had them, and what helped you feel included, and make sure you let your program manager and volunteer know that next time you're in class. All right. Another tool we're going to use to support the remote setting is Padlet. All right. Padlet's a really cool app that I'm going to show you right now. All right. You can use this app to share your thoughts, your feelings, and we're going to use it to discuss stuff in class. So here's what it looks like. You can see the little Padlet over here. All right. So this is one of the activities we would do today, but we're not going to do it because you're watching the webinar. And you can, add stuff. Hello. You can throw stuff away. You can like stuff. All right. So it's a really cool tool. You get to use it a bunch during this class. All right. So this is one of them guided practice we would do if you were in class. We're going to skip this. And I'm going to tell you about breakout rooms. All right. So maybe you've been in a breakout room before, maybe you haven't. So these are small little breakout rooms that we'll have during our exercise time, where you'll be working with a volunteer and some students in a small little classroom breakout room. All right. So in these rooms, we have a few norms. We want you to stay on camera, make sure you unmute yourself, share your screen, talk through the steps you're taking, right? Because we don't know what's going on unless you're talking through it. And you want to help your peers and your classmates. All right, so that's what breakout rooms are going to look like. You're going to see this more when you aren't watching this webinar, you're in class. And then there's screen sharing. Maybe you've seen screen share right now. I'm screen sharing my screen. So this allows you to share your screen with the class, or the teacher to share your screen with the class so you can see what's going on your screen, all right? So in the breakout rooms, you're going to be sharing your screen when you're struggling or excited about something, or the volunteer just asks you to show me what you're working on. All right, so you have the option to share part of your screen or your whole screen. You might just want to share a chosen window, just so you don't get distracted by slacks or anything that show up. That's screen sharing. Okay, and that's all I have for you today. Thank you.